What is up, stream? Today we are going to be continuing with Sword to Ruby. Anyways, earlier today we lost a ton of rank. Hoping to gain back a little bit. But unfortunately, my teammates are so bad. I also think low-key turning on crossplay made my teammates worse. Oh well, let me the finals. There we go. Game audio finals. I'm just gonna turn my wait, can I like turn it up? Filters. Add one. Can I just make it louder? Advanced. Oh yeah, I can go up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, I can. It's just hard because I have to like enter it. Volume. Let's go 10. Let's see how that. Yeah. Let me turn the music volume to like 50%. Just so we can still hear the, you know, shooting, but not the music. Okay, new map. I would say this map is pretty good with Sword. It's pretty small. I mean, it's like small to get from one end of the map to get to the other, I think. Which is pretty good for Sword, since you can just like use your sword tech to get to the other end. And there's so many light players. Gosh, man. Yeah, it is a horrible medium level. Data Reshaper is like underrated, but like not that good, you know? I also might turn this down to like 8. 7 will go. No. Advanced. 7 decibels. There we go. Okay. Let the games begin. Okay, there we go.
The start of round 1 introduces the tournament's demands.
We know they have the highlight reel flair, but can they convert that style into scoreboards? That's the big question surrounding the high notes today.
Okay, there you go.
Vault 1 is being opened by the shock and awe. The Overdogs are up their lead, and they're opening Vault 2.
Broke these. Okay, Loki, terrible engage. I kind of like just like chilling here. Okay, where are you going?
Our first elimination is in, and the match just turned up the heat.
I hope the viewers at home are ready for a wild ride.
This ride's only going to get faster from here.
I can tell by all that yelling that the high notes have started our first cash out.
Explosives are set.
can use the zip line. I mean, I guess APS turret is like a good combo, but I'm just gonna let my teammates, you know. Yo. Nice. Okay, well they're probably res. I'm just gonna throw goo on their heads when they try and steal. How did they get that?
I wonder what else they can get away with.
Okay, oops.
The
That's
Shock and Awe have returned to the arena.
Yes, the Boundless need to keep their eyes open for retribution.
nice. See, there we go. Okay, we have decent teammates.
The high notes
Except for
are
my
setting the
medium,
tempo.
bro. It's always like the higher ranked players. Why does the tech not work?
Are playing for keeps. They've snagged the match's first cash
There
out.
we go. I think it was just
They
time.
found their rhythm with that play.
Oh.
Shit, ball 3. On top, we now have the Boundless. Ka-ching! The Boundless just cashed out big time.
It's beautiful to watch. The Boundless really know how to work as a team.
Another race for cash. Let's see who strikes.
What? Oh no. I almost got that go off. No. I don't know what that guy was doing. I was like low-key in a safe spot to res. Okay.
Someone called for a
Characterize the first half of this match. I can't wait for what comes next.
Right you are, Scotty. There's no time for a break, as anything could happen in an instant.
The Boundless are making a move by Vault 4.
Going for the revive.
Revive me?
Okay, nice. That's
The
pretty
Overdogs
edge.
are barking up the right tree. They've started a
Like,
cash
how do you have 400 damage?
Back in action.
The Shock and Awe are in a tough spot right now.
Going for a steal on C, now.
He's above too.
Gas sent.
I know my teammates are like. I feel like we like force some
The
space out of
Shock and
them.
Awe find themselves on the receiving end of a wipeout again.
Enemy got that. Probably shook them up a bit.
Taking damage.
Bro, no wonder this guy's 400 damage. And he's on console too.
Cash out
Not
locked
even
and
aim
loaded.
assist can
The
save
Boundless
this
are
guy,
going
bro.
for it.
Oh. Wait, they'll be fighting, so we good.
Steal on D,
The
going
Boundless
in.
are rejoining the match.
They'll be coming for payback. The Overdogs better stay alert.
Gateway going out.
have a little bit of range to play on
It's the
this.
boundless out in front. Awesome steal by the shock and awe.
But will there be consequences, Scotty?
There's two on the roof. If we can just drop it.
With calculated moves, the shock and awe secure a cash out.
Bro, because the thing is that I don't have
New challenge
range.
away. A new vault has appeared.
Yeah, bro.
The overdogs are
Our teammates just need to like.
activating gateways now. Only a minute remains.
No. Okay.
The boundless complete.
This guy's like dancing on me, bro. But my teammate is doing nothing. I don't know how I got this low in elo because I am not like these guys. Yeah, and it's basically just over.
Time is running out. Only 30 seconds
Unless
on
we
the clock.
spawn right on top of Foxfire.
Push could change everything.
The overdogs swooped up a cash box.
Seize Vault 6.
Go to cash out B.
No, we didn't. We don't even need a double stack. V is orange. Bro.
This energy
0
boundless
and 3,
success.
600
We may go in the top
damage.
spot.
And also qualifying for the next round, the shock and awe bring the
Okay, I'm turning
fireworks.
crossplay off. Oh. It's like I don't want to care about my rank, but it's like when I'm losing every single game because my teammates are doing absolutely nothing. Like, I feel like I'm playing good. It's just that my teammates are getting 600 damage. Okay, bro. It literally says estimated 1 minute and it's been 5. Okay, Sis Rising.
Notice how the moment he got ranked was the moment that our games got really, really fucking hard.
Okay. Okay, nice. We have an actual team. Healing Beam, Jump Pad, Defib, Dome C4 RPG. Yo.
Welcome, viewers. Today we're diving into the digital. It's Sis Horizon, where our contestants will face off in a virtual landscape like no other.
I might also
And
turn
now,
down
the high notes. The
the volume once more. From 7 to 4. No, why does it not work? 4.
This marks the beginning of round 1 in the tournament, where preparation shows.
This round should tell us a lot about the Mighty. Tournaments like this tend to reward their style. The High Notes are opening Vault 2. The Mighty are unlocking Vault 1.
Not everyone made it out of this encounter. It's our
Why can I not
first
run?
elimination.
There we go.
Absolutely, Scotty. Absolutely.
Full throttle to cash out ass!
The Boundless are back and ready to avenge that team wipe.
Took a hit.
First cash out, checked by the High Notes.
Goo grenade set! I'm back! Move to cash out
No,
ass!
what is my teammate doing?
Team, stay united!
Yikes! Team wipe for the High Notes.
That's not the kind of percussion they were hoping for.
A mighty move from the Mighty. Momentum
Gateway
building.
1, out!
The Boundless made an awesome steal there.
Will they make this a spree, I wonder?
Oh, someone just got kicked. Orange.
Threat detected! Down there! Throwing things up!
No, he reconnected.
The Mighty up their pace.
Roll. Our teammate. Probably should have just went with my teammate.
Our first
He just went
goes to the
to.
Boundless. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going.
And they stole that with confidence earlier.
Delivery.
C4 armed.
The High Notes hit a low again with a new team wipe.
I would have expected them to survive a bit of death metal.
Throw grenade set!
A long-awaited return to the arena for the High Notes.
Let's see, who can expect a little payback? Ah yes, the Boundless.
The High Notes have started to open Vault 3. Smart and steady play from the Retro.
What?
The Retros are out on top.
Vault 4,
The
go!
second half starts now, and it's anyone's game.
These teams are vying for the favor of our sponsors, and they are certainly giving it their best out there.
The Retros got hold of a cash box.
Enemy got me. Team.
Time is running out
Nice.
for the Mighty. They'll need to make a big play soon. The Boundless smacked the wall again with another wipeout. Bad luck. A pitch
Okay.
perfect move by the
Why
High
not
Notes.
just pass it, bro?
Gateway going out.
The Retros are back in action.
Enemy spotted up there.
Bro, why are you up there? Okay, that's probably my bad. But I just don't think my heavy even used. He's running mesh. He didn't use his mesh once. He didn't use his like.
Pushing back into the arena with all their might. It's the mighty Team Respawn.
They've had time to plan their rebellion. The Retros need to be prepared.
Going up there.
Okay, but bro, because I can't do anything.
Cash out complete and the High Notes reap the rewards.
The High Notes are looking like a finely tuned instrument right now. Beautiful teamwork.
Gnarly. That's a cash out for the Retros.
A flawless steal led to a big payout.
A long-awaited return to the arena for the Boundless. The High Notes are squeezing into a vault. Only a minute on the clock now.
This is when strategies can make or break.
Unlimited potential for our match now, as the Boundless are opening a vault.
I'm back.
High Notes grab the cast box.
Oh, what? Why are they still camping? Defib me out in the open.
Thanks, you're a star.
Less than 30 seconds remaining.
It's crunch time and the pressure is on. No time for bathroom breaks just yet. This just went into overtime.
Things up.
An increase in beats per minute.
Bro!
High Notes have started to cash out.
Reload.
Like, I just cannot.
Okay, let's go. Attack on B, steal it.
Bro.
Good grenade out.
This.
Down to the wire. Just 30 seconds left.
Contestants have some juice
Yeah.
left in the tank.
What? And they just come out of nowhere. And now I just got as much kills as our top right.
Enemy got me.
look at.
Sweet music of victory for the high notes in this
I had the
round.
same amount of
They'll wanna
damage as
keep
our
that
medium.
harmony in the next match.
Credit also goes to the Retros, who've secured their spot in the next match after
Okay,
a
no, that's
great
it. I'm
performance.
literally just gonna play World Tour. Bro, 'cause I'm just so sick of the worst teammates ever. Because, like, I did bad that game, but I was still tied with our top frag. Bro. Look at this video. Oh, you can't see it that good, but it says, don't lift weights, swing them. Like our ancestors. But I don't get why everyone's like so obsessed with like stuff our ancestors did. It's like, yeah, and our ancestors also like didn't have a written language. And like just barely discovered fire, and like we're living off of eating bugs. I need to get something to eat after this game, bro. Because I just went swimming. And I came home. Now I'm so hungry. I'm also gonna grab some water.
Isn't it pretty, folks? We're in the heart of Bernal, where we've set the stage for a breathtaking and unforgettable clash. Now, the Overdogs, the Powerhouses, the Mighty, and finally, the Shock and Awe. All right, folks, 3, 2, 1. Let's
I want
go.
to try to make it an all black outfit.
Round 1 starts now, launching the tournament.
I feel like that'd be
under
sweaty.
immediate pressure.
Looking across the teams, the Shock and Awe already feel comfortable on this stage, and that makes them interesting to follow. Vault 2 has been unlocked by the
Ooh.
Shock and Awe.
Because, like, look at that disengage.
A commanding entrance by the Mighty.
NBA got a
First
miss.
elimination in the bag.
Great, honey, I'm home.
No, I like dashed backwards, but I was right on a.
Somebody from the
Well,
Powerhouses
I thought
just
you dash
eliminated an
forward,
entire
like, side.
team. Way to go.
Clear, using defense.
Powerhouses got the cash box.
I'm back.
Blitz grenade. Taking damage.
Taking the initiative, the Powerhouses took the first cash out.
Enemy got me.
What's up with my teammates and having like aim resist? No way we just got wiped by that guy.
The Overdogs got the cash box.
Attack on A. All right. Steal it.
I just don't understand why anyone played dual blades or like sledgehammer over sword.
Cash out started by the Overdogs.
Throwing first plate.
Oh.
Our contestant is really cutting through.
Powerhouses have been knocked down. Time to adjust tactics and come back harder, better, faster, stronger. Great move there by the Mighty, stealing that cash out.
That could be a game changer.
The Shock and Awe made an awesome steal there.
Remember, that's illegal in many jurisdictions. But
But I feel
not
like the
here.
thing is just to like the strat
Dominating the leaderboard for
in
now.
life is
It's
just
the
to
Shock
farm
and
a world tour for like content.
Awe. Shock and Awe land the first cash out.
Bringing you back. Fired up. Let's crush it. Access Vault 3. Roger. Our teammate.
The Overdogs are blocking at Vault 3. Payday for the Mighty. Cash out complete.
Their steal led straight to a clean cash out.
Okay. I just need to like
Fortune continues.
do my goo faster.
Enemy got me.
Or like use it in the fight instead of like going away and then using it.
See the second unfold.
The teams need to maintain their focus if they want to come out on top.
Taking damage.
The powerhouses are flexing full forward.
Oh, you big.
The powerhouses are losing their grip. They need to push harder to stay in this tournament.
Help a squadmate out. Revive me.
The mighty swooped up a cash box. The powerhouses have a cash out in the works.
Revive me.
Brawl, the direct RPG.
Glory on the horizon. Progress fired up by the mighty.
Gateway just straight up. I feel like that's kind of bad though, because if someone's like in the open, they can just like beam you while you're falling.
Re-entering the arena.
Looks like they've recovered from that earlier incident. The mighty need to keep their guard up.
Or risk falling out of the tournament. Breaking into the powerhouses. They'll want to recharge.
This round is becoming a bit successful for them.
No way, not today. A daring
I'm sorry.
cash-out steal foiled at the last second. The shock and awe released into the cash-out.
That's such a bad mind because you would need to like jump to activate it.
The powerhouses are back in action.
I sense some payback coming after that team wipe earlier.
Maybe I just need to get better at
The
sword.
shock and awe.
Oh, bro, there's the thing I don't like about World Tour is all the like modifiers.
Grenades are going to move differently.
Close, but
It's like,
no
can we not
cigar.
just play
A
like normal
contestant swooped
finals?
in to prevent that cash-out steal.
Purple.
A setback for the powerhouses. They're down again. Cash out complete, and the overdogs reap the rewards.
Now that's what I call a steal paying off in style.
No, I didn't. I tried to like move the other way, but like.
With only 30 seconds on the clock, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Our teams are fighting until the very last second.
Bro, if my teammate actually plugs this,
Houses are opening a vault, a real feat of strength. Advancing in style, the shock and awe prove they're ready for the next round.
oh, 'cause I'm so
The
hungry.
Overdogs also qualify, keeping their momentum alive into the
But that's the thing, bro. Is in
semifinals.
like World Tour, I feel like all of the like enemies are so bad versus in ranked. Like they're so much better. Even in like this elo, I mean, maybe in like bottom of silver, it's like they're the same. But I just don't know why I'm on such a losing streak. Maybe just because I'm playing sword. And that's the thing with sword, is that you can't really like do a lot of the like objective stuff. Like you can't really steal. That's one thing I hate, is like people saying zero build takes more skill than build because you have to use your objects as cover, but it's like the thing is that that's like saying the Paralympics is more skill than the Olympics because
All right, folks. Round 2.
they're disabled. It's like, well, yeah, but like I don't see why you would want to be disabled to go to the Paralympics. It's like I would way rather just play normal hockey than like
perfectly.
wheelchair
My focus is
hockey.
on the Shock and Awe specifically. They've secured their spot, and now the real fight for the final round begins.
Why did that guy just start playing his guitar? Yo. Okay. That has to be like worst.
From the Shock and Awe with the opening elimination.
Yeah, I've ever seen. Cause why did that guy try and defib?
The Shock and Awe are stepping up. First cash out live. Cash out underway by the live wires. The overhead and respawn.
No. Okay. Now why do you actually like, turn into a real person there? Like last time, he just tried to like. Okay.
All systems go!
Oh.
Much appreciated. Toxic trap.
That's one thing about sword, is that like you just have so much movement because like that's like 2 dashes worth of distance.
We've got the big splash returning to the arena.
And all you need to do is just time it a little bit correctly. Like the timing is not hard. Oh.
Someone will have a bone to pick with the overdogs as they steal a cash out.
I'm just gonna. No. Bro! It's always like.
The Big Splash have jumped back in with a sensational turnaround.
to the big splash. Let's see whether they can keep that momentum going.
Making sure everyone knows what they're made
Go
of.
for vault 4! Absolutely!
Cash out by the Overdogs.
And it was all made possible by a well-timed steal.
It's all smooth sailing for the big splash as they take the lead.
And that's actually an underrated like thing, is using goo to stop someone from stealing.
The big splash grabbed the cash box. The big splash are initiating a cash out.
Also, don't know if I should be using my normal attacks. No! See, because if I would have probably dashed, I might have been able to get out of there.
This is what the fans came to see. Top-tier competition at its best.
Because I don't know if the slash is good, because how
More
much
shock
damage
and
does it
whipsaw
do?
As the shock and awe get hit by another team wipe.
That's an absolute shocker, Scotty.
Because I don't know if they changed it or not, but like, I remember it doing less damage than the dash.
The live
So I've
wires
just been like
have
only using the dash,
Absolutely!
but I don't know if I should be using the slash. Also, I think it does have a little bit of like aim assist. Okay, so I'm just gonna
Placing a gateway!
place a nice little gateway.
Gateway!
Get gateway away.
The Overdogs are re-engaging.
Also think I need to like start being more like active in fights. No, okay. But like it's like stuff like that where it's like I can't really do anything, you know what I mean? Yeah, where it's like all okay. All three of them with, you know, ranged weapons
They're making waves
on a
out there.
roof. Maybe I could try and like use goo some way to like isolate, but I feel like that's easily breakable,
That one deserves a slow clap. Pure gold.
and it's only just delaying them
Our contestants
walking
seem
over.
to be facing a surprise blast from the past with this game show event. Let's see if they can avoid these invaders.
Vault 5, let's go! Zip line over here!
Okay, but look, you got this plug.
The big splash are rejoining the match. Unbolting a vault, it's the shock and awe.
They were behind early, but the big splash have rallied and climbed into a much better spot.
Shocking precision by the live wires as they secure a cash out. This game show event is unfolding into an epic dash, with our contestants showing those aliens they're not easy to miss.
Goo grenade set!
The live wires have connected with a vault and they're opening it.
Back in play over cash out station A!
A A minute still remaining. Let's see what they make of it.
This is the moment for the teams to make their move and shine.
No.
Just 30 seconds left.
Time to put their game faces on, Scotty. Just as things were heading into overtime.
No holding back. The live wires are going for it.
Oh, what? And we're not even above them if we get this.
The Overdogs looted a cash out.
Risky moves reap rewards.
Time's ticking. 30 seconds over now.
Every move counts.
That's how you do it. Cash out stolen by the shotgun. Better late than never.
That was so well played.
Nice. No, you just take so long to use. No, try and go kill that.
Well, folks, the live wires are
Bro,
the
if we would have
as
gotten,
we charge into the final round.
if I wouldn't have died to that
Looks like
pink,
the big splash will
and
dive
we
right
got
in
the
with
kill
every
on that
arrow
pink, we would have
coming
won.
head-to-head.
It was such a little difference. Kill him. I'm gonna go grab some of the right back. Okay guys, today we're going to be dairy maxing to see if I'm lactose intolerant. We have a big bowl of cereal. For comparison, that's my hand. It's bigger than my hand. The radius or the diameter. We got 3 yogurts and a cheese string. First, it starts off with the cheese string. Okay, I'm gonna just put on some like React content. Well, I'm trying to find a good. Well, I need to check my. Hold on. I'm gonna check this account first. Okay. What? Okay. Hold up. I wanna show my window capture. Goodness. And then YouTube. Okay. What do we want to watch? Let's watch Unranked to Ruby Sword Only.
Whoa.
Let me just pause my
What's
music.
that? I just built a budgeting app and basically.
Let's see what I'm doing wrong and what this guy's doing right that makes him a better sword player than me.
Can it generate reports?
It can now.
So you're saying we can.
My name is Ahmed Bigoud. I've been a sword main since season 1, and I now got one goal in mind. Get Ruby top 500. Last season I peaked at 832, and this season I will keep chasing my goal. Will I make it? Can I carry my sword to the top? Only one way to find out. This is Unranked to Ruby, Season 9. In this first game, we had a pretty rough round 1 and round 2, so we had to clutch up in the final round.
Here comes the final round of our tournament, complete with a
Yeah, see, this guy's doing the sword
The
attack.
first team to reach 50,000 will claim victory. Isn't that right, Scotty?
Well, this is the first. June needs me to tell her whether
Okay.
something is right or not.
So
Yeah.
good.
The
Can
battle
go
is round
around.
into action. Unlocking Vault 1.
Yeah.
Because this guy's also doing solo queue. But I mean, of course, he's higher in rank, so his teammates are gonna be better.
Almost there.
Yeah, because they're on an isolated heavy. He does dash, swing, swing, swing instead of. Well, that definitely makes sense. Okay, because a swing goes like whoosh, versus a dash you do whoosh, 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 right? Versus okay, so this is what he does. He goes whoosh, and then he kills the heavy. So I think I need to start using slashes more, because they're just a lot faster than dashes. Because dashes are good if you can dash, either get behind cover or like if they aren't shooting at you. But you know, if they are looking at you, then it's probably going to be better to slash, as long as it's like a isolated target.
Our first elimination of the match. Our teams are finally getting acquainted.
Boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat today.
And that's just the start.
Yeah, because hold up. I'm gonna hold up. How much damage does sword dash do in the finals? 120. Okay, 120 damage. Okay. How much does sword slash? 88. Okay. So I think for mediums, like he just did there, it's probably better to do like dash, because 2 dashes does 240, and then in melee will kill them. Versus
Okay, no way.
using slashes doesn't really work.
And he went $40, so we're good.
As you can see there, it was a medium, but he had to do dash slash. He had to do dash slash slash versus he could have done. Versus if it was an isolated fight, he would have done dash dash melee.
No holding back. The Boundless have started a cash out.
Back in play.
Okay, nice. No way, Gobi.
Is Yogurt even good? I think so.
You'll die with me.
Going over there.
Fish food.
Yep, let's move.
Yeah. Group up.
Like what this guy just said in chat. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it. Right here, you can see it says kite. But like that's one thing Sword is good at, is just like distracting enemies and like kiting them. You know, if you don't go too far or too out of their sight, you know, you go like a chaseable distance. Because Sword has so much movement and you're also running dash, right? Sword has so much movement with attack. Comboed with the dash, you can just kite enemies so well that there's no other movement except for maybe like grapple sword, or like I don't even know what else. Another sword with dashes would be able to like catch up with you. It's also good sustained movement because, I mean, dashes have a long cooldown, but the sword attack where you jump and then you jump, that has like no cooldown. It's just every time you dash.
Watch out, up there.
detected. Down there. Danger down there. Watch out. Down there. Throwing Cooper
Oh
grenade.
my god, I'm still alive. Still wasting their time. Let's go. Alright, and they're dead. Let's go. Holy. They can't do anything.
The tough shells are taking control. Cash out in progress.
Also, where did this guy's intro go? Did he? Oh yeah, he had the intro. And how
Okay, good pick.
often does it?
Setting a trap.
Enemy. Down there.
And they're dying. No way.
I'm taking damage.
Group up, everyone.
Okay, they're still alive.
Contestant is on an elimination streak.
Okay, now we need to run. Let's go. And it's GG's. Holy, what a final round. With this huge final round, we had a ton of confidence going into the second game.
Round one of the tournament starts here, and the stakes will not go unnoticed.
If the pace slows down, that can really work in favor of the Kingfish here. Vault 2 is being unsealed by the Kingfish.
Oh,
Nice, no way.
My statistics tracker, we've got our very first elimination of the match.
Battle lines are drawn.
No idea where the last one is,
Them on their path to victory.
but I'll go get the plug. Hopefully Homie can win this.
Just occurred.
That one good for shock and awe, no question. The Kingfish set the pace. They've started the matches.
Okay, let's go, boys.
Let's roll.
Okay, good hits.
Respawn.
icon.
Okay, somehow Homie's still alive.
Oh, it's just damage
Okay,
play.
got one. Okay, still alive. Oh my god, I'm insane. Survive though.
A bit of a recurring nightmare for the Boundless. Another one.
No. He's so low. Okay.
Ben Hutchinson here. Break loadout.
Was teammate does a running sword?
The Boundless are back in action.
saved him. Let's go, man.
The tough shells have recovered and respawn.
Still smarting from that collective exit. The Boundless need to look sharp.
Enemies at vault
Cash out
5.
complete, and the Kingfish reap the rewards.
Sending a frag.
Oh, he's also running. I think I saw in his videos before. I think he might have been running H+ Infuser, but he's running the same loader as me, except with frag instead of H+, which I mean, that definitely like swaps them, or what his deal is. Because we're at 820. Yeah, he was running H+, 820 something, 823. But like, okay. Because like I think H+, you can help your team at like you know, if they're doing a distance fight, you can kind of do your part by, instead of dealing damage to the enemies, you could heal your teammates to help them sustain in the fight and deal damage through that. But I think also frag grenade might be good for just like a little bit of range damage. It could also help with like softening people up. Like, you know, if you're gonna engage on someone, maybe if they're like stealing the cash out, or if they're, you know, in a room, something like that, then you could throw frag into the room, and then it'll be easier for you to just kill them.
Nice. And they got played. Nice.
Bring it on.
The Kingfish swoop the cash box.
With overtime underway, every second counts more than ever.
The shock and awe secure a cash out.
The Kingfish came back from trouble and are now looking like real contenders.
Big nade. Let's go. And we go back up.
Is being pierced by the tough shells.
Hello. You're dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're both just holding this.
Tough shells might just be breaking out of their shells. They've started a cash out.
Do you have anything to drop that? Or do they have gateways, I guess? It's like there, it's better to just dash because, or wait,
Use this gateway.
yeah.
Okay, he's crazy. Let's go.
Because you have the time and you have the cover of the smoke.
Nice.
Kingfish
Purple
fly ahead,
harpist.
securing first place and moving on to the next round.
The start of round 2 signals the tournament's first true trial by fire. Only the most resilient will move on.
Yeah, and he also does a
Definitely on my list this round.
slide at the end of his lunge.
Now it's time
Okay.
to see what they've really got.
Oh.
There's chum in the water
Is that on the
now as
level?
the Kingfish are opening vault 1.
Very good pick.
Get ready for teleportation.
Forge.
Made their presence known. First elimination already in the bag.
I don't know about the frag, like, I just feel like, at least for me,
Now hopefully
it's hard to like hit.
yes sir we do.
The Steamrollers pick up a cash box.
Like, it does a ton of damage if you do land it, but I just think H+ is
cool.
good, and H+ Infuser is a very versatile gadget. I'm gonna have to run double sword with Asher.
The rest of the got out. Time to shake that off and reset.
Here.
The
Use
top
this
shells
gateway.
swooped up a cash box. Cash out set in motion.
Ouch.
Steamrollers are rejoining the match.
The pressure is building. The tough shells could be in line for some serious retribution.
Yeah, see, like there is better for 3 dashes
The Kingfish
because
snatched a cash
you
out.
don't want to. I think it also like depends on like what weapon they're using, maybe because like the shack, if you're right on them, just boom, 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 they're just gonna be able to like look down a little bit and then just melt you. Right, so you want to kind of have that like dashing around them type of playstyle. I was already like 11. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to bed after
Yeah,
this
let's
game. Well, I feel like this.
Nice. Homie's so good with the sword, it's crazy. Okay, now we go help Homie. Quick, we're already late.
This is exactly
Survive.
what the Kingfish need.
Yeah, and sword is so much movement.
First cash out.
They're definitely
I
not
just
messing around
love.
out there.
Cause I did not realize that like jump tech was in the game until like last week.
The Steamrollers are at the head of the line.
Okay.
And I also think sometimes it's better to like, I mean, I think he tried to do it, but like for a light, doing the combo of like the, dash quick melee, it's good, but also it's like sometimes the swing is better because the swing has a little bit of like aim assist, and I think it like pulls you a little to them. Like, you know what I mean.
Target vault 3.
I'm out of here.
There's a new vault to fight for in
All
the
of your
arena.
squad mates. Sure, they got me.
Yeah, see, the whole 70 meters away.
We can plug this C. C is not the best though.
Busting into Vault 4.
The sword you want, Lasso. Okay, I think I'm gonna not eat
The
this
Retros
last
are
really.
engaging.
Save it for tomorrow
They
morning.
have a bone to pick with the Kingfish.
The Kingfish swooped up a cash out. The Kingfish just jump-started a cash out. We're halfway through the match, and the excitement is
Frag
through
grenade
the
out.
roof.
Every decision matters now, and
Nice.
Okay, so maybe the frag grenade might be the. I also think H plus infusers, like, it's good with lights and mediums, but it's better on heavies just because, it's just adding to their sustain versus like a light, it's gonna heal them for a lot of their like percentage health, but for like a heavy who's gonna be the main target, it's really good because then they can stay the main target for longer, keep their sustained damage.
That's why we play the nade, boys. The cooldown is so short too. Like,
Oh,
it's
is it?
already back. I think people have overlooked the nade.
The Retros have respawned. Let's see how they bounce.
Have
Cause wait, let's go back.
And the excitement is
Guys, it's it's like 423 when he uses it.
We're halfway through the match, and the excitement is through.
Yeah, 423. And it comes back.
That's why we play the nade, boys.
It's halfway. So it takes 20 seconds.
The cooldown is so short too. Like, it's
Yeah.
already back. I think
20
people
seconds.
have overlooked the nade.
The Retros have respawned. Let's see how they bounce back.
Watch out, over here.
Nice.
a contestant is finding their rhythm, stringing together one elimination.
It's really good at doing the like little chip damage. Because you know when you dash, then you have to melee a light. But even at like the edge of the explosion, I think it does probably enough damage to have them be able to just be dashed.
Sudden stop for the
Perfect.
steamrollers. Cash out completed by the tough
Get
shells.
ready for
It'll be
teleportation.
tough to crack the United Front
Push
being
for
kept
cash
up
out
by
A.
the tough shells.
Is he really gonna plug this?
The Kingfish are bursting into a vault.
I guess
Activating
it's not.
gateways.
New vault alert. Who's going to dive in for the
Throwing
cash
things
this
up.
time?
Ooh.
They were under pressure early, but
Yeah,
the
and Gunea's
Kingfishers
really
steadied
nice.
themselves and climbed into the fight.
Okay, now we go 6.
Not yet, folks. This match just headed into overtime.
Crowning moment. The Kingfish start a cash out.
Yeah, because look at how fast he just went across the whole map.
Goo grenade set. Freak out.
Okay, we're still good for now.
So now we're just trying to
Get
like
the bucks
deny.
away from here. Nice try.
Well, folks, the tough shells are the team to beat in what promises.
That's right. So this is only 2 games, right? There's one on
The tough shells are
Lost
re-entering the
values.
arena.
yeah, and this one on
Enemy over there.
Nice, one slice there.
But yeah, I think I need to keep that in mind for I forced myself to get addicted to cigarettes. The Atlatl
Brand new iPhone 17 in a mouse case. Whoa! The face first drop.
Let's see.
But it is.
Look at yourself. No claws, no piercing canines. Yet our species conquered the world. But how did fragile primates outcompete predators built to kill? Well, we did it at a distance. Our ancestors came up with a simple but ingenious weapon that changed human history. A stick that throws another stick. It's called the spear thrower, or the atlatl. The idea is simple. A long dart is hooked onto the end of a lever, adding leverage to your arm, multiplying the force and sending the dart flying at incredible speeds. For tens of thousands of years, it defined the hunt, and with it we brought down bison, bears, and even mammoths. And we did it all from a safe distance. For the first time in history, nothing on Earth was beyond our reach.
Today we're going to be breaking down the history of this weapon and then we're going to put it to the test.
First, we need to talk about what life was like before this tool. Ancient humans primarily killed their prey with thrusting spears. When tipped with a stone point, these weapons were devastating, capable of killing massive animals with a single well-placed thrust. But this also meant they had to be up close and personal with extremely dangerous animals.
spears.
Throwing spears or javelins would have been a bit safer. And we know that by 300,000 years ago, the ancestors of Neanderthals in Germany were using throwing spears. But even if this technology was widespread, we know that Neanderthals were getting injured all the time. Early hunters paid the price for their hunting techniques. Nearly every Neanderthal skeleton shows major trauma, broken bones, crushed ribs, and shattered faces. Hunting was personal, and it was brutal. This was likely the case for our own ancestors in Africa when we relied on similar hunting techniques. But at some point, someone, somewhere invented the spear thrower. We don't know exactly when it was invented. Our oldest direct evidence is little bone spear throwing hooks from southern France dating back to 20,000 years ago. Evidence from projectile points suggests that the weapon is at least 30,000 years old in Europe. The skeleton of the 43,000-year-old Mungo man from Australia suggests he used a spear thrower his entire life. This would support the idea that the first wave of humans to spread out of Africa brought this weapon with them. I personally think this weapon may have appeared much earlier, maybe even at multiple points in history by multiple species of human. What we do know is that these weapons would spread all over the world with our species and made us the deadliest hunters on the planet. But what exactly makes this weapon so effective? Well, first we have to understand how this weapon actually works in a little more depth. When you throw by hand, your arm can only move so fast. Your shoulder and elbow form a short lever, and the spear leaves your grip as soon as your arm straightens.
But with like that, you get the whole like, back.
The spear thrower changes that completely. It works just like a dog ball thrower, a simple lever that makes your arm longer. Even though your arm speed stays the same, that longer lever multiplies the velocity at the tip. This allows you to throw the dart much faster than you could ever throw by hand. And as they say, speed kills. Prey animals have incredibly fast reflexes. Even large animals like elk are able to get out of the way of an arrow shot by a modern compound bow, and good luck hitting them with a javelin. A javelin might leave your hand at about 70 feet per second, while a light dart launched from an otlot can exceed 130 feet per second. That's nearly twice as fast, and because kinetic energy rises with the square of velocity, the dart can hit with up to 4 times the striking energy of a hand-thrown spear. Another advantage of the spear thrower is its accuracy. When a dart is thrown, the dart compresses from sudden acceleration, then springs back. This creates a wave-like wobble that travels down the shaft. It stabilizes the dart in flight and just looks really cool in slow motion. If the dart is too stiff, it flies erratically. Too flexible and it wobbles too much. Ancient hunters figured out the perfect balance through trial and error. And this speed and accuracy also lends the weapon to be used at range. The next great advantage of the spear thrower is its ability to be thrown from cover. This is a huge advantage when hunting and ambushing prey. The last great advantage of the spear thrower are the darts. You can easily carry 20 to 30 spear throwing darts, while carrying more than a couple of throwing spears is cumbersome. These darts are also quite easy to make. They are just a thin stick and the fletching is optional. This meant that hunters could bring multiple projectiles on a hunt. And if you were hunting something large like a bison or a mammoth, being able to have extra ammo was everything. Just the chaos alone caused by you and your tribe all throwing spears at once would have confused any animal. But the repeated jabs at the vitals while staying safe from distance is what made this weapon so effective, allowing our ancestors to thrive during the last glacial period and probably even making a couple dozen animals extinct along the way. But before we truly put this weapon to the test, I want to show you how you can make a simple one at home.
Ooh.
First, you need to find a branch like this. Cut the branch, trim it, and shape the hook.
Oh.
Just like that, your thrower is complete. Now to make the dart, the easiest way is just to get a long, flexible wooden dowel from the store. Drill a little divot in the back and make some simple duct tape fletching. And just like that, you have a simple dart. Okay, now, let's finally put this weapon to the test.
I want to see how far I can throw a spear thrower as compared to a javelin. So first we're going to throw this javelin to see how far we can throw it. Now keep in mind, I'm not an expert at throwing javelin nor spear throwers, so this is all relative, but let's see what I can get. Well, I threw it 66 feet or 22 yards, so that's okay, but now it's compared to the spear thrower. This is my setup for distance right here. I just have a way longer lever and a pretty light dart with some little sleek fletching. So let's see how far I can throw this.
Ooh.
Well, at the rangefinder, it says I threw that 65 yards, so that's 195 feet, and I'll put the thing up for you metric users right there. So yeah, that's like twice as much a distance, more than twice as much, and that's probably pretty accurate for how much farther you can throw a spear thrower than a javelin.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name
because
on
we
it,
put like a
just by thinking about it.
stone tip on that thing.
We're going to be testing out 3 different stone-tipped weapons on this ballistics gel block. The first is this javelin right here with this massive stone point on it. The second is this otlot dart with an obsidian point. And the third is this little arrow with a chert tip. All right, we're going to be doing it from pretty close up because I don't want to miss and then risk breaking an arrow. Oh, look at that.
Okay, that's the
Well, that shot flew true. We hit right into the lung. Maybe we hit the rib a little bit, but either way, it didn't stop it from penetrating well into the lung. Look at that, would have probably been a dead deer right there. We can see quite a bit of blood flow already. All right, now we're going to be testing out the otlot with an obsidian-tipped spear. Let's hope I don't miss, because this point might just blow up if it hits the ground. Oh. That one penetrated, but it still missed the mark. Ah, same spot. Well, we broke our obsidian point, which is unfortunate. Here's the flint point we're going to be trying out next.
Ooh.
So that was a great shot right there. We penetrated super far. We still missed the organ, so we're going to have to go a little bit lower and to the left. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to have to go back to the shop and repair this because that was very unfortunate, but we'll be back and we'll be better. We're going to test this dart next. Oh, that was it.
Ooh, how deep did that go?
As you can see, the dart penetrated right between those two ribs. Fatal shot right there for sure. Just look at all that blood flow. Oh my goodness. It's gruesome. If we go around to this side, you can see that it did make a hole on the entire other side of the lung. So yeah, that probably would have been a dead animal, at least within a couple hours, if not, you know, within a couple minutes. So let's pull that dart out and see just how much damage it caused. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's got some membrane from the blood sac in here. Just look at how gruesome that is. The Otlot, or spear thrower, is deadly. Next, we're going to be testing out this stone-tipped javelin, and I think it's going to be even deadlier than the other two. Javelins just have so much mass behind them that they really carry it to the target. And considering we're throwing pretty close range, it's going to be devastating. Just look at that blade. I'm going to be throwing it pretty close up because I definitely do not want to miss. Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, that was devastating. We kind of hit the same spot, but either way, the result was death. Just look at that. Penetrated right between the ribs, all the way into the lung. You can't even see that big stone blade. It's fully in there. All right, let's take the spear out to see what happened here. Oh, man. Wow, just look at that spear point. That would have been a dead animal for sure. Well, those tests went pretty well. Clearly, these weapons are all super deadly. You know, we got some good shots with each of them. The Otlot was pretty good. You know, provides a pretty good wound. Doesn't penetrate nearly as deep as, I guess, the javelin or the arrow, but those are for other reasons. Like the javelin, I can get a much better throw on target, and the arrow's moving quicker. I think the Otlot is just as good as either of these weapons, but it's very interesting. But now let's move on to some other tests. Next, we're going to test. So is the spear thrower good from concealment? We're going to test it against the javelin to see how they perform. All right, so I'm going to duck down in this cover, just pretend the name of the language, Nawat. You do not pronounce the L at the end of the word as a syllable. So pronounced correctly, the word is Otlot. Now this is still far from perfect, but it's a million times better than atoll. Now in reality, you guys can say it however you want, but I think language is important, and I find it very interesting how this word is correct.
Okay.
I tried everything, coffee, Pomodoro, and binaural beats, but nothing stuck until I tried this.
This is the Makwawit, one of the most legendary weapons of all time, a sword with an edge of obsidian, the sharpest material on Earth. The Aztecs used these devastating weapons to build the most powerful empire of the continent. When the Spanish conquistadors first encountered the Makwawit, they were horrified. Eyewitness accounts insist it could decapitate a horse in a single swing. Today, we're going to uncover the truth behind that deadly reputation. We'll dive into its origins and recreate several authentic Makwawit. We will put them to the ultimate test against meat, armor, and even steel weaponry to see what this obsidian sword was truly capable of. The Makwawit came known to the pages of history when the Spanish first entered the Americas. I think everyone is fascinated by this period. Unlike many gradual changes in history, the Spanish conquest of the Americas happened quickly in brutal fashion, with steel-bearing Spanish fighting against obsidian-armed Mexica. It was truly a clash of worlds, struggling for the future of the lands. And for the indigenous peoples of Mexico, that future came with devastating loss. Their way of life was shattered, and countless traditions and knowledge have faded away. Yet the Makwawit endured as a symbol of indigenous identity and warrior spirit. But here's the problem. Most people today have no idea what a real Makwawit actually looked like. The cheap replicas you've seen online with the blocky obsidian squares aren't even close to the weapons that shaped the fate of empires. And if we're going to understand how this weapon could slice through horses, armor, and men, we need to start with how a real Makwawit was made. Instead of square blocks, true Makwawit used long, razor-like obsidian blades that formed a continuous cutting edge, sharper than the finest steel. But to understand why, we need a quick lesson in flint napping. When you strike a piece of flint or obsidian, They break in a smooth wave-like pattern known as a conchoidal fracture. This edge is significantly sharper than the finest steel blades. When viewed under a microscope, steel blades have a jagged, irregular edge, while obsidian remains smooth. This creates a molecularly thin edge radius that can be only about 10 atoms thick, while the sharpest steel blades are around 500 atoms thick, meaning obsidian blades can be 50 times sharper than the sharpest steel blades. But not all obsidian tools are created equal. Most of the tools you see online are the product of bifacial knapping, the process of flaking both sides of a core to create a bifacial cutting tool. But these tools have jagged edges. They are great for cutting meat, but they are not the sharpest blades in the world. Regular obsidian flakes are actually much sharper, but they are often irregularly shaped. Ancient humans learned how to shape stone cores into cylindrical prisms so that they could take off long and even blades. These blades have a conchoidal fracture running down their entire length, providing an excellent cutting edge. This is what the blade of the maquawit is made out of. The Aztecs and other Mesoamerican cultures lived in one of the most obsidian-rich places on Earth, leading to them becoming one of the best
Somebody be like,
cultures
bro, you
of
need a
all time.
diamond pickaxe to break that.
Their blades were so sophisticated that master flint-knappers struggle to replicate them to this day. I have flint-knapped for years, and I wouldn't even attempt to make Aztec prismatic blades as I know I will fail miserably. But luckily, I know Tony Soares, a true master.
Oh.
Razor sharp.
I had him nap these blades and send me the cores they came off of. They are truly works of art. With this understanding, you can see why 99% of maquawit you see online are complete pieces of junk. People lack the knowledge, skill, or effort in order to make an accurate replica. But not on Northo 2. My growing suspicion of my own autism forces me to absolute historical accuracy. So next, let's look at authentic examples of maquawit that have survived.
I wanted like
For a long
long
time, it was thought that the last maquawit was destroyed in a fire at the Madrid Armory. Here, this absolutely stunning maquawit was housed alongside the last terpostili, a bladed spear-like weapon used by the Aztecs. Both of them were highly decorated, with very fine obsidian blades in their edges. The curators actually thought these were Japanese weapons, hence the pictures with samurai armor. But these examples were eventually destroyed in a fire, and it was really sad knowing that they were lost. That is, until an authentic example was found in Mexico City. Known as the San Marcos Street specimen, it was much simpler in design, likely representing the average maquawit used in battle. It was a little over a meter or 3.5 feet long and had a much different form than the Madrid specimen. So these are the only two surviving examples that are known publicly in the modern day. Apparently, there are almost certainly more in storage in Mexican museums or in the hands of private collectors, though as of now this is all we have. But we do know a lot more about these weapons from Spanish accounts, but also the Florentine Codex, one of the most legendary documents of all time. It consisted of 2,500 pages with 200 illustrations drawn by native artists. Notably, it featured many images of the maquawit. Many resembled the San Marcos Street specimen, suggesting they were indeed a common variety. They are often depicted as painted blue, which I find just fascinating. I will be recreating a few different varieties of maquawit. First, I will recreate the San Marcos Street example. I used a board of white oak which I shaped with modern tools. This would have taken forever with the mostly stone tools of the Aztecs. Like I said, I got the obsidian blades made for me by a true master, and just look at them, they are absolutely stunning. But in order to be used, I have to trim both sides of them. This puts it into a more regular shape which can be fit in the edge of the maquawit. To have them, I used an extremely strong glue made of pine sap, charcoal, wax, and cordage. This might not be identical to the glue used by the Aztecs, but it's more or less the same thing. The glue not only locks the blades into place, but also makes an even transition from blade.
Yeah, because imagine you're in battle with your like sword that can like decapitate a horse in one swing, and then your like all the like sharpness of your sword just like falls off. The glue is not very strong, and then now you just have like a wooden bat.
To wood.
Tung Tung Sahur
This
reference.
creates much less friction when the blade encounters flesh. This is completely different from the horrible ones you see on the internet. I even created an example of a poorly made maquawit just to show you how bad they really are. Watch as ballistics gel encounters the obsidian square before running into the wood. This is no sword, it's a spiky club. Now watch as the ballistics gel encounters a real maquawit. Now this this will kill. The finished product is a true beauty to handle.
Yeah,
Holding it
that's
against
epic.
the sun lets you appreciate that you are holding a saber made of volcanic glass. A truly legendary weapon that emptied the arteries of many men. This recreation resembles probably the most average Makwawik, but I also want to make some other varieties. From direct accounts, we know they varied in size dramatically. Longer two-handed varieties described as being as tall as a man were recorded. I created a version of one of these also using white oak. Such a long handle will allow me to get some serious power into a swing, and I am thrilled to try it out. On the opposite side of the spectrum was the Makwawik Shochtli, a smaller, more maneuverable version that was about 20 inches long with much fewer blades. It would have possibly been used as a sidearm or a self-defense weapon. And if we get to 100,000 likes
Still
in this
just
video,
looks
I'll be giving away
so big though.
this weapon to one of you. In the other
Ooh.
video, I set a goal of like 10k likes and we hit that in 3 days, so hey, I might as well shoot
2
for the
months
moon.
ago.
The Aztecs also used other obsidian-bladed weapons, notably the spear-like Tepos Taptili. I couldn't help myself, so I just had to make one of these too. This weapon is honestly just as cool as the Makwawik. Holding it against the sun is really just the coolest thing in the world. A spear made of volcanic glass. These weapons are truly beautiful and probably some of the coolest things I've ever made.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Before we put these weapons to the test, let's quickly hear from a Spanish account about just how deadly they were. Conquistador Francisco de Aguilar wrote, "They used cudgels and swords and a great many bows and arrows. One Indian at a single stroke cut open the whole neck of Cristobal de Olid's horse, killing the horse. The Indian on the other side slashed at the second horseman and the blow cut through the horse's pastern, whereupon this horse also fell dead. Here many Spaniards fell, some dead and some wounded, and others without injury who fainted away from fright." This account really highlights just how effective these weapons were at lacerating flesh. In 2 separate cases, one cut from the Makwawik was enough to kill a horse. In another account, a horse was completely decapitated with one slice, but we will get into that later. Now it's finally time to put this weapon to the test.
We're going to be testing the Makwawik on this bone-in pork loin right here. It's got fat, it's got muscle, it's got bones, it's got everything. So we're going to see if these weapons were truly as deadly as the Spanish said they were. I literally just cut myself while filming that little intro, so yeah, this weapon is definitely super sharp. I also spent hundreds of dollars to buy this real rapier so we can compare it to the Makwawik. This is pretty similar to what the Spanish actually carried with them as they fought the Mexica in Mexico. And if you haven't guessed yet, this video is pretty expensive to put together, so please leave a like. All right, I put the chainmail on because, you know, safety third. Let's take a swing at this thing, man. I'm gonna aim right here and just see what happens. Oh my goodness.
Wait, was that through bow?
That was absolutely devastating. We cut through it with such ease that I literally hit the backdrop because I was swinging so fast after cutting through it. And look at that wound. We cut right through the bone, all the way through all that meat. It didn't even stand a chance. And keep in mind, this isn't even a very big Makwawik. This is like a pretty average sized one. So imagine what a two-handed one could do to a piece of meat, a horse, or a human. And we do have some damage on the edge, but this could have been from hitting that backdrop. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to watch the video back. But it's safe to say that the Makwawik has exceeded my expectations in every way. All right, next we're gonna be cutting it at a slant, so hopefully we hit some bone and see just how obsidian holds up when hitting bone. Oh. Well, again, that was absolutely devastating, but this time it seems we caught a lot more bone. It seems that backbone was just too tough for the blade of the Makwawik. We lost quite a few blades in that swing. But if we look at the blades, some of them are completely undamaged. Like this, the edge on this one is completely fine. So it seems that they just fell out of the glue. Let's do one more test before we test out the rapier. Oh my God. Well, I learned that the Makwawik really doesn't like bone. It did do a ton of damage to that vertebrae, but it did explode the blades in the process. Still, that's an absolutely gruesome wound. Now we're going to be testing out the rapier. I have to admit that I have no experience with swords, so this is going to be very amateurish, but let's see what we can do. So the rapier is primarily a thrusting weapon, and though I have no experience with swords, I have done quite a bit of kickboxing, so I do understand how to throw a punch, and maybe that's a similar movement. I don't know. Anyone who's really into swords can comment down below. But let's see. Let's just do a few stabs first, and then we're going to do slices after. So I'm just going to throw it like a jab pretty much. Oh, I missed. All right, now we're gonna put it to my rear hand, which would be my 2 if I was fighting, you know? So let's see if I can get a little more power into that. Oh. Wow, we just went right through that. That had some serious power. That would have been a dead Aztec warrior, I think. All right, let's hit it with another one of those really devastating thrusts. Oh. Well, in that example, I encountered bone with the thrust, but it didn't matter. It just bounced off and went right through anyways. So you can see how that'd be a huge advantage for the average Spanish soldier fighting the Aztecs. All right, now let's hit it with a good slash. Oh.
But you just hit
that actually
too low.
didn't work very well at all. I don't really know what happened. Maybe my edge alignment was bad, but it didn't slice through the bone and it didn't slice through the little chunk that was hanging off of it. All right, time to try again. Again, not very much. All right, this time we have a better shot at a lot of the meat and muscle, so let's see what happens. Oh.
Ooh. But again, it just stops the bone.
Well, the rapier really didn't cut as well as the Makwawit. It left this huge chunk there. It didn't cut all the way through. It seems like it hit kind of the bone and just stopped, whereas the Makwawit completely cut it off in one swipe and still had enough force to cut through my backdrop over there. You know, maybe that's just luck. Who knows? But I'm honestly really surprised. Maybe the edges of obsidian really just are that deadly. One big advantage I'll say, though, is that we barely have any blades left in our Makwawit, whereas the rapier is pretty much untouched even though it hit bone. However, it seems like a lot of my blades actually flew out just because they weren't set in very well. They didn't even contact anything, they just flew out. So perhaps it has to do with my design. And this reminds me of a quote that the Spaniards said about the Makwawit. So while the rapier was obviously a better thrusting weapon, the Makwawit might have been a better slashing weapon.
Now I will read to you about the account of the horse being decapitated by the Makwawit. Bernal Diaz de Castillo
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Pedro de Morón.
Because I'm full. What is that?
Exploring weapons from the past and the present. The Swordbreaker was a defensive dagger used in Europe during the late Middle Ages and Renaissance. It was built to catch and control an opponent's sword. The blade had deep notches or saw-like teeth along one edge. When used with a rapier, a skilled fighter could trap an incoming blade, twist, and disarm the opponent. The Swordbreaker worked best in the hands of duelists or bodyguards trained in rapier and dagger fighting, where one hand attacked and the other defended. It was precise, risky, and relied entirely on timing. One mistake could be fatal. Would you trust your life to it in a duel? Exploring weapons from the past and the present.
Okay, I'm going to bed though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-hour stream. I've streamed for 3 hours today, which is pretty good. Next time on stream probably Monday, Tuesday. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye.